welcome back to the channel. Today we have a new product as a follow-up on the rolling B bender series. It's been about 2 years since I put on the rolling B bender, palm activated bender on this Telecaster. And today, or earlier this week I should say, something arrived in the mail, which is the actual puller system. So this is a upgrade to the B bender pulling system that actually lets you to use a belt puller and actually requires you to put a hole through the guitar body. So it's a sort of a permanent modification to the guitar to allow a puller lever, basically string or cord, to put through this little barrel and attached to the palm bender. So today that's what we're going to do with this guitar. Okay, so here we are. We're going to disassemble the guitar to install the puller unit. We're going to need to mark the place where we want to drill the hole and take out the bender unit. I'm also going to be taking off the strings and removing the neck before I take the guitar out to the shop to go drill it out. So these strings have probably been on here since I put the lever unit on 2 years ago, so it's probably been time for a string change for a while. Maybe I did one, I can't remember. So we're going to be removing the strings here. I'll probably fast forward through this. No one needs to watch me take strings off a guitar. Go. Excuse the mess here. And then the bender unit, if you haven't seen this before, the ball end actually fits in here and the string wraps around and through. This can be kind of a pain in the butt to get in and out on this ball. It's a fairly tight fit. So we'll just wiggle our ball end out here. There we go. Comes out with a little bit of finagling. Put the bender unit in. And I need to go find some masking tape, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back. I found the masking tape eventually, and there's a couple of things to sort of do here. One is to just mark the position of the lever unit to come all the way down. And there's a variety of ways of doing this. Probably the easiest, I don't think this is ever going to come all the way down, is to, I can't remember what he did in his video. See if we can get a feeler gauge here. That should work. So I'll push it down and put a feeler gauge here, and there we go. That's a little bit better. There we are. Oh, there we go. There we go. We'll get it down like that. Okay. Oh, came out. So we'll just see approximately where it would come down if it had a full stretch here. And just mark the Sharpie on either side here. And then essentially halfway between will be where we want to mark our hole. Get an idea at least of where to mark. And I may just take the screwdriver here and just eyeball it, put a little dent there in the tape. All right, so that's that. We'll probably mask off the pickups here because we're going to be doing some drilling. So try to keep any wood shavings out of the pickups. Would be good. Mask that off. Make it easier to clean up here when we're done. Not that wood is magnetic, but you never know. And then finally, to make it easier in the shop, I'll end up taking off the neck here. Yeah. The shop is kind of a mess right now, so we'll go do that. Maybe I'm doing a little overload on the tape. So, the neck. All right. So there's the neck. Everything is good. So yeah, and we'll put some tape back here for when the drill comes through. It's sort of recommended that this may help prevent the finish from cracking too badly when the drill comes through. So we'll put some tape in place. Try to prevent that. So next step is I'll go to the garage and get the half-inch drill. Okay, so I guess I decided against actually filming me drilling it out, but here's the end result. I believe I used a Forstner bit. I think that's what it's called. It produced, you know, a fairly clean hole. Very minor finish chip around the hole. It will be essentially completely unnoticeable by the time. I may have scratched the guitar up here with the Forstner bit tip. That was sort of my fault. And then here's the hole on the back. And let me remove the tape. The tape residue can be cleaned off, and you can see minor issues in the finish there. Totally will be hidden by the system. In fact, I need to step out and go get the system because I left it in the garage. All right. You can see me here now coming back into screen. So here is the main heart of the barrel system. There's another piece in the living room I need to grab for setting the stop, but this is just under 1/2 inch. Looks like it's about 485 or 486 thousandths, if my gauge is set correctly. And so it's with a 1/2 inch Forstner bit, it's not a real tight fit. There's some slop, but you'll see that this thing stands proud on the lip and more or less covers. In fact, I think this is the bottom piece. I think the top screwing piece goes in like this, and then the bottom essentially screws in. Let me go get the other piece for actually setting the stop. So here is the piece that allows you to set the pull stop. And actually, I don't even believe this is truly a pull stop. There's still the standard pull stop set screw in the lever. This is really more for setting it such that if you do pull strenuously, that this is sort of another safety stop to make sure that the lever system doesn't bend out of place with the belt puller. So that might happen. I doubt it, but there is a height adjust. There's a stopper there for adjusting the lever height stop. If you set it too high, you won't get full pull, and if you set it a little low, it'll give you some safety margin on how hard you pull with the belt puller. As I said, I don't think that's going to be an issue. This thing essentially just screws in, from what I can tell. And if you have like a penny or a coin, that's probably the easiest way. I don't think this screwdriver is big enough. Yeah, not even close. Actually, a feeler gauge would actually allow me to screw this in more fully. I want to get that lined up like that and then tighten. Here, actually the feeler gauge is a very good screwdriver for this. That shouldn't be going anywhere. And it's a little crooked. Let me just move it, get it in place straight, whatever that means. And it looks like it almost wants to be off to the side like that is the best kind of fit. We'll get the lever arm on here and see what happens. So it's just threaded. I mean, it's nice. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So then we need to find out where I lost the lever. Here it is. Messy, messy table. So there, now the lever arm, yeah, I probably should have drilled it a little bit more forward, because honestly, this thing is going to sit in here like that. That's okay. I don't think it's going to be too far off, and there should be some slop in that. Yeah, I really probably should have drilled it, you know, a millimeter forward here, but it is what it is. It should work. The other alternative setup which I could do today is install the G bender. I don't think I'm going to do that today. I may save that for another video, to have the B bender on the polar system and the G bender being the active palm bender. So that's one of the things about this system, is you can get both G and B benders going at the same time. That's actually a nice feature. I will assemble the guitar and restring it off camera, and then when I get the puller set up and looped through, we'll actually go check out how it works. All right, be back in a minute. All right, I don't even know if I even filmed the aftermath of the drilling of the hole, but in case not, here is the guitar now reassembled with the belt puller doohickey, whatever you want to call this thing. The hole through the guitar assembled. Here is the height adjustment I was mentioning before, right underneath the lever. I think last time on film I had this sort of point around the back way. That was just silly of me. So one of the things I like about this puller is it's made in Minnesota, which is a place I spent about 5.5 years of my life when I was a younger man. One of the things about the Midwest is the ingenuity of using fishing gear. And so the puller here mechanism is actually a stainless steel fishing leader from Berkeley here, 30-pound test fishing leader. And so there's a loop in the puller here. So for the palm bender, you may ask, well, what's that loop for? Well, that's been designed for the actual puller system here, for the belt puller. So we just loop this through like this and tighten. And apparently these things do wear out over time according to the manufacturer of the system. So he includes, in fact, I think there was 3 in this pack, but these are relatively cheap to buy. You can get them anywhere, Walmart or Amazon or whatever you need. And as you can see now on the other side of the guitar, I can now hook this up to the rest of the system to activate the belt puller. And we might even be able to turn that a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. So yeah, that's pretty much how this connects. At the end of the guitar, you have this thing hanging off. And there's one more piece, which is essentially this, which is you'll use the threaded or the key ring here to loop onto this, and then you have a carabiner to grab onto a belt loop, and then it's just this adjustable mechanism. So let me finish this up, and then we'll get into some playing demos. I guess I'll have to stand for that demo to demonstrate the puller on the belt loop. All right, so here we are, guitar completely assembled. I don't know about the tuning. Let's just quickly check that. Anyone wants to complain? In tune and ready to rock. So today we're going to be checking out the B-Bender belt puller system. So I've adjusted this on my belt loop. The way that I kind of like to play it is to sort of use my forearm here to push the guitar up and forward. Now traditionally on a B-Bender you would pull the neck down, which I think probably is a more natural motion, but for this system you have to kind of get used to get your chicken picking country-ish licks. We're playing through my home-built Vibrolux, which is a tweed head in the background. I don't know if you can see it, playing through a 212 cabinet. It's having some tube farting noise issues, so I apologize if that comes through today. I don't know what's up with the amp. For some reason, it's not wanting to behave, but let's just see if we can't give a quick demo of the belt puller system in some context of a lick. Yeah, so there you have it. It's kind of a nice system. I like it. I don't know if it's better than the palm bender. I think it is. I think at the end of the day, using your arm to activate it with a slight push keeps your hand in better position. And the more I use it, the better I'll get at it. And I think that your experience will be the same. A B-Bender is definitely not something that's easy to get used to playing on guitar. But you know, if you do go get the system, have at it. It's fun. I can never sort of get enough of this. Alright, so that's it for the video. If you liked it, please leave a comment. If you feel like it, give it a thumbs up, share it with friends. If you didn't like the video, well, you know, it is what it is. Leave nasty comments, I really enjoy those. Tell me that my guitar was out of tune. And tell me how much you don't like the system and how much it sucks and how much you should go get a different system. But this is the one that I bought. I like it. The guy that makes it in Minnesota seems to be a pretty nice guy. So anyway, like I said, highly recommended if you want to get into B-Bender guitar. Pretty affordable solution here. So yeah, that's it. Take care.